What's up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue, and I'm here with my girl Helen. I don't know if she's a former hippie or not, but she looks kind of like she was a hippie back in the days. So, hey, salad, rude boy cooks, you know I'm giving love to everybody. As a matter of fact, I do love everybody. Anyway, this is Helen. She's going to be knocking out some of this manicotti today. So what's up, Helen?
Hey, and it's not manicotti. The real word in Italian is manicotti.
Yeah, we're going to be
Americans call it manicotti.
And we're going to be using some of this mozzarella cheese. What's that called?
Mozzarella. Mozzarella.
Anyway, she's a Jewish lady that's trying to be Italian. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and...
And ricotta cheese, you have to use good ricotta cheese.
Is that good enough?
Yes. And that's called scamoots.
Alright, well, hell, who said Jewish people can't cook Italian food? We're about to get down to this, and we're going to get into these ingredients in just a second. Tell everybody what's up with this. Wait, before you do that, Helen said, Lyle, I know you're coming over, so I want to buy you some shit. So I said, okay. And she knocked out some of that. So anybody saying that I don't drink expensive shit must not have me over their house. Anyway, tell us what we got going on, Helen.
We're going to make a very, very simple recipe for, it's called manicotti. Generally I'll make my own sauce from scratch, but most people find it easier to just use the bought stuff. So my favorite is the Barilla. And I like the basic one where it's just the tomato and basil. Then I put it in a pot and I doctor it up with a little bit of olive oil and extra seasoning. And I just let it simmer. I have a pot of salted water, and don't put any kind of oil in the water. Some people do, but it makes it nasty when you go to stuff them. The shells.
That's a good tip right there. What other ingredients you got?
Okay, pepper, garlic, the mozzarella cheese, which I like to do this kind and shred it so that it's more moist. Salt, olive oil, Parmesan cheese, and ricotta. Always use the better cheeses because that's the main ingredient other than the noodles. So you want to use the best to make it taste better. And I like either Barilla. My favorite is the Barilla pasta. Di Secco, if you can find it, is the Cadillac of pastas. And this is Lyle's. And those are the basic ingredients. That's it.
I got a little flat leaf parsley over there as well.
Flat leaf. Yeah. Some people like parsley. The Italians make it with, they mix some chopped up Italian parsley in with the cheese. To me, it makes no difference. I don't find where it changes the flavor much.
So none of that's going to make it in there?
No, just into your stomach.
All right, Helen. Well, we're going to go ahead and get this cheese shredded up and just do a few other things.
We're going to start the water. That has to be boiling. And the sauce, we're just going to start to simmer it. And I've got my casserole dish to put the manicotti in, the noodles in. And that's it. We're ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to start heating up the sauce.
All right, Helen. Well, you go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and knock out a little of this Seagram 7.
And you can shred the cheese.
All right. Well, I'll do the cheese and the Seagram 7.
Okay. So we've got the salt water going, and we've got the sauce. I add into the sauce, you should always add a little bit of sugar because it takes the harshness out of the tomatoes. And for this kind of cooking, you want it just a little bit on the sweet side. And then I like it to put in crushed peppers to give it a little tang.
Now, what consistency do you want that sauce to be?
The sauce should not be real thick. It should be thinner than paint.
Paint, huh?
Yeah, like a bucket of paint.
Okay.
A little thinner than that. Thinner than a cake batter. And you'll see when I start to do it. I always put a little bit of water into the sauce to thin it out. But you don't want any kind of sauces like marinaras because they're lumpy. Basically, it all has the same ingredients. So that's the best, is you want it as smooth as possible. Okay, so we have our parsley diced up, thanks to Lyle. We've got our mozzarella cheese, and now we're going to do our ricotta. And I like to use the regular whole ricotta, not the skim. Italians don't use skim. Let's taste it just to see. Oh, it's very fresh, and that's what you want. Now, for each pound of ricotta cheese, you want 2 eggs because it makes it creamier, and you want it creamy, not thick. So we're gonna...
Okay, this camera might get a little shaky because I gotta come over here and...
Forgot the drink.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just going to beat up the eggs a little bit. I'm very old-fashioned. I'm not a gadgets person. So I just use whatever I have on hand. Okay. I'm going to add the seasoning, some salt. I don't measure anything. Some pepper.
This is no hippie barbecue. You might want to roll with a lot of that pepper.
Well, I like to put it in the eggs because it mixes a lot better when you're mixing it all together. And garlic. You can't use too much garlic.
Yeah, you can, because I smell like I need to be taking telemarketing calls if I eat too much garlic, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, but...
Not that, hey, just like I love hippies, I love Hindus, Muslims, you know...
But you really love Jews.
Jews, you know, Democrats, most Republicans. You know what? I'm all over the board. I love everybody.
Okay. Now we're going to add this to the ricotta cheese. And we're going to mix that up really good. This is also the basics for, you can use this this cheese mixture for lasagna, stuffed shells, rigatoni. It's a very, very basic Italian recipe, and it's also very Mid-Eastern, or like Greek, what have you.
So what are we doing with that parsley over there?
That's the last thing I'll add.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is all mixed really, really good. And you always want to taste it. Tastes pretty darn good. I think it needs a little bit more salt. You don't want to add it where it tastes like salt, but you want it to be flavored like salt. If that makes any sense.
That didn't make any sense, but I think they get the point.
Okay. You just don't want to overdo it with salt. Okay. Magnificent. You want to stick your finger in there?
No, because I already got the food police on me on my bacon video, trying to get me about licking my fingers. But you know, it's no hippie barbecue. But you know, try to appease everybody. But you know what? We're gonna be no hippie. I'm gonna go ahead and that's some good shit. Let's roll.
Okay. Now,
making a brother hungry. Come on.
For every pound of ricotta cheese, you use approximately 1.5 cups of mozzarella.
Or mozzarella.
Yeah.
For us.
But Lyle, you need, if you're going to do Italian cooking, you need to learn the real words.
I think I need to learn some Jamaican food. As a matter of fact, I got that Jamaican jerk video I need to get up. Didn't come out as good as I wanted, but I did learn how to speak a little Jamaican along the way.
Yeah? Tell me some words. Tell me.
What's a pretty girl like you crying about? I'm joking. Anyway.
Okay, so you want it about like this. So now it's nice and thick, and I think we've got enough of the cheese. Does that look like I added about 3 cups left?
Yeah, close enough.
Can't hurt to add a little more. Here, finish eating this cheese. It's really good. Okay, now I'm going to add just some Parmesan. Oh, I think I have one already open. Some Parmesan cheese. I just use whatever kind. I don't buy the store brand, but I don't use the mixture of Romano. Just get the plain old Parmesan, and you mix that in, and it gives it a little bit of a zest.
So what are we doing after we mix this stuff up?
Okay, we're going to add, I want to just taste it. The mozzarella makes it real creamy. Oh, is that killer? Okay, then we're going to just toss in and mix in some parsley. And try and don't put stems in with the parsley. You just want the tops and just chop it up fine.
All right, we're going to finish mixing this.
Okay, now we're going to put our noodles into the water.
And we will pick it up once these noodles are cooked.
And stir our sauce a little bit because we don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pan.
Oh, you know, let's take a look at this sauce. But,
ooh, it's good.
Yeah, it looks like some good sauce. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and let her get these noodles cooked and everything, and we will pick it up then. A little bit of sauce at the bottom of the pan. Now, Helen's going to tell us how she cooked these noodles.
Okay, you cook the noodles in salted water until they're a little less than half done. You want them to still be on the harder side because they're going to bake, and you don't want them to disintegrate, and they're hard to fill. But you want to put enough sauce on the bottom to cover it maybe 1/8 of an inch.
Okay. So Helen didn't have a piping bag, so we're going to use a no hippie way to fill these and it works. Noodles. So
wonderful.
Boom. We got like a Ziploc bag with our egg stuff in there. So we are just going to...
Wait, you're off to the side. Okay.
We're just going to squeeze that in there.
Hold the opposite side. And you may have to push down a little bit with your finger because you want to put as much cheese in as you possibly can. Okay. then you turn it over to the other side and you do the same thing. And this side won't need as much, Lyle. Okay, perfect. Lay that sucker in there.
So we're gonna
keep doing this.
We're gonna finish this up and get this pan finished, and then we're gonna
preheat your oven to 350 middle rack.
How long are you gonna bake it for, just so we could?
Until it gets a little bit on the brown side, probably about 30 minutes.
All right, so we're gonna pick it up when our next step is up.
Got them all filled, and we're just gonna pour sauce over the top, just like this, and they will finish cooking. You don't want to overstuff the tops with sauce, because then it'll taste like spaghetti. You don't want that. You want it to taste like Manicotti.
So is it ready to go in the oven now?
It's all set to go in the oven.
Okay, so we got it
300, preheat your oven to 350, medium shelf, and it'll take about 30 minutes for this amount. So let's get these in. Oh, and I cover mine with tin foil so that the cheeses melt real good. And I like to leave the sides open, like you do for a turkey, just a little bit, so that the steam helps it.
We are done with this shit right here. Here we go. She had a salad, Root Boy Cook. She had to get a little hippie on this and throw a little salad over here for no damn reason at all. But there you go. So go ahead and give us that taste test.
It's really super good.
All right, you know, let me see this shit right quick. You're over here telling me some stuff I can't even tell. So
and when you're serving it, don't let it cool down. Just get it on a plate as soon as it comes out of the oven. See how the noodles cook?
that's some good shit right there. Might know Hippie Barbecue. A brother got a chance to get his eat on right quick, and this is some good stuff here. So
we'll be making more good dishes, so get on the site and see what we do.
Not only that, comment, subscribe, and if you're wondering why I call this No Hippie Barbecue, look at my first video where I explain it, Sal, from the Rude Boys Cooks. Anyway, see you later.